AICTE. So now I welcome all the participants to this great learning experience, and we look forward for all the participants to actively participate and gain knowledge from this workshop. So on this note, we are very happy to organize this event. So let us start that event. So I'm waiting for a few more participants to join. So I welcome all the participants on behalf of RER and JC College of Engineering, Guntur. Am I audible? Please, participants, respond on the chat. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, Nagesh Garu.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Let us start that FDP program, Faculty Development Program. Before starting that FDP, this is a recorded session. I request all the participants to mute your microphones so that disturbance will not be there during the guest lecture. Now I hand over the proceedings to Mahalakshmi Madam to start this FDP and introduce the FDP program. Over to Mahalakshmi.
Yes, sir. I'm audible, sir.
You are audible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay. Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to. Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all the esteemed dignitaries and guests, faculty members and participants. It is my privilege to welcome you all to the inauguration of the ATAL online 6-day faculty development program on generative AI models and applications, organized by the Department of Computer Science and Business Systems and RVR and JC College of Engineering. I am Mahalakshmi, Assistant Professor, the Department of Computer Science and Business System. Glad to be a part of inaugural function of FDP. The ATAL FDP aims to enhance the skills and knowledge of faculty members, enabling us to adapt to the rapid advancement in technology and education. Now, to mark the commencement of this event, I would like to invite our respected Principal Sir, Dr. Kolla Srinivas Garu and Dr. K. Ravindra Garu, and Head of the Department of Dr. A. Sri Nagesh Garu. Welcome all of you, sir. And we have an exciting agenda lined up for us today. I would like to call upon Dr. A. Sri Nagesh Garu will introduce us to the objectives and key highlights of this FDP. Over to the Nagesh Garu. Please, sir, address the guest.
Thank you, madam. On behalf of Department of CSBS and RER JC College of Engineering, first of all, I am very much thankful to the college management and our beloved principal, Dr. Kolla Srinivas Garu, and our director, Dr. K. Ravindra Garu, R&D and Economics, and Dr. N.V. Srinivas Rao Garu, Finance and Administration Director, and all other HODs and other faculty members for actively supporting in helping us this FDP sanctioned by AICTE. So this is an AICTE sponsored 6-day online faculty development program on the topic Introduction to Generative AI Models and Applications. We are very much thankful to all the participants and their college managements for actively permitting them to register for this FDP. Altogether, overall, we have received 225 registrations, out of which 180 registrations are external registrations and 40 registrations are internal registrations. So on this note, we are very much thankful to all the colleges, principals and their HODs for encouraging them to participate in this generative AI FDP. So today we are hearing a lot of buzzwords, generative AI. So generative AI model is a transformative and disruptive technologies. It has crossed over all domains like CSE, ECE, electrical, mechanical and civil engineering, and it is impacting all the domains, not only a single domain, but all domains are impacted, including our faculty. So as a part of this, we are very much thankful for AICTE for sponsoring this AICTE ATAL 6-day online program. And I hope that all the participants will really benefit by participating in this FDP and enrich their knowledge. Not only that, I also request all the participants to put this knowledge gained through this workshop in their daily pedagogy and research or academic skills. So really, international experts and industry experts and academic experts are lined up for the next 6 days, and I look forward for all the active participation from each and every participant. So thank you on behalf of the Department of CSBS and RER and JC College of Engineering for joining in this inaugural program. So now I request our beloved principal sir, Dr. Kolla Srinivasa Garu, to address the participants and start the proceedings.
Thank you, Srinagesh. Respected dignitaries, HODs, professors, participants from both in-house and out-house, good evening to all of you, and welcome to the 6-day faculty development program on one of the emerging technology, AGI. I think all of you know, this is one of the best emerging technology, generative artificial intelligence. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. A. Srinagesh Garu, HOD, CSBS department for organizing this 6-day faculty development program. I request all the faculty participants, both in-house and out-house, please utilize the opportunity and use the program. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words. Now I would like to request Dr. K. Ravindra Garu address the gathering.
Sir is busy with some busy work, and Sir could not join in our FDP online. So you can go ahead, madam.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. T. Anuradha Garu, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Business System, to introduce the guest, Krishna Mohan Garu.
Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege and honor to deliver the vote of thanks on the occasion of inauguration of the ATAL Faculty Development Program. On behalf of the department, I express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has contributed to making this event a success. First, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our management for their support and encouragement in organizing this program. I extend my gratitude to our respected principal, Dr. Kolla Srinivas Garu, for your continuous guidance, support, and encouragement in organizing this faculty development program. Your leadership has been instrumental in making this event possible, and your inspiring words today have motivated all of us to make the most of this opportunity. Thank you, sir, for always supporting us. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to our Director of Academics and R&D, Dr. K. Ravindra Garu, for gracing this occasion with your presence and your valuable support. My heartfelt thanks to our Director of Finance and Administration for your constant support and encouragement in organizing this FDP. A special and heartfelt thanks to the coordinator of this ATAL FDP, Dr. A. Sri Nagesh Garu, for your hard work and dedication in planning and organizing every aspect of this event. Your efforts have truly made this program possible. We deeply appreciate the time and energy you have invested in making this program a valuable experience for all of us. I would also like to express my gratitude to our keynote speakers and resource persons who have kindly agreed to share their expertise during the course of this program. Your contributions will undoubtedly help us gain new skills and knowledge. My sincere thanks also go to the head of the department's organizing committee, faculty members, and staff who have worked behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of this event. A special word of appreciation goes to all participants for showing such enthusiasm and commitment to the professional development. Your active participation will undoubtedly make this FDP a rewarding and enriching experience for everyone involved. Finally, I would like to thank each one of you for being a part of this inauguration and for your support and contributions, which have made this event a success. Thank you. Now, it's my privilege to introduce our distinguished resource person for today's session, Krishna Mohan Koya, who is the Director of Koya Enterprises Private Limited, Bangalore. With over 25 years of professional experience, Krishna Mohan has made significant contributions to the field of technology and education. Currently, working as a technology consultant and corporate trainer since 2008. He specializes in training engineers, both fresh and seniors, in the key technologies and software development process, while also providing consulting services on architecture, design, and project management. A passionate mentor and leader, he has successfully led large-scale enterprise software projects, aligning team efforts with organizational goals and nurturing individuals into key contributors. Additionally, he has taught undergraduate and graduate courses, bring academic and industry expertise together. Over the course of Krishna Mohan's career, they have held several key positions, including associate professor and head CEO of tech company and team leader at renowned organizations like Cisco Systems and Wipro. Krishna Mohan Garu is also an accomplished author, contributing blogs and articles and maintaining a technology portal. Their technical expertise spans cutting-edge technologies like Java, Spring, AngularJS, Hibernate, and cloud-based enterprise applications. Krishna Mohan's consulting assignments have ranged from enhancing the performance of cloud application to designing web platforms and optimizing document management systems. We are truly fortunate to have such versatile and experienced professional with us today. Please join me in welcoming Krishna Mohan Koya to the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for introducing Krishna Mohan Garu. Now, I would like to request Krishna Mohan Garu to address the gathering. Welcome,
Thank you very
sir.
much. Welcome, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you all, and my respects to all the learned people here, dignitaries. I am Krishna here. Um, uh, Madam has given a good introduction about myself, which in fact, I forgot that we traveled this far. So I am coming from industry now, moved from technology in the last few years to various other management positions. When Dr. Sri Nagesh Garu requested to share our view on generative AI, I was not really sure whether I'm actually qualified to give such kind of presentations to you kind of people, which comprise of professors, doctorates, research scholars. I am not from that background, so pardon me if my knowledge is basically like not up to what you are expecting. Here, I try to share my understanding of Gen AI. I try to introduce Gen AI from the business perspective, not from the academic perspective. I have maybe a half a dozen slides. I'll just take you through that. And majorly, I'll be talking about what we are doing from our organization side and what is our experience with Gen AI and what kind of potential we are seeing from Gen AI. When I see the course outline of this entire program, there are a lot of sessions which go and delve into various areas more in deeper. So this is being the ice-breaking session. I'll just limit myself to talk about in general what is Gen AI. I'm sure many of you might be knowing all these things, but in case if some of the participants are relatively new to this technology, I'm sure, I hope for us. I start my video and I start sharing my screen and run few slides. Even though slides are just 5-6 slides only, I'll try to share majority of the time my experiences with various of these technologies. So I'm switching off my video. I'll be sharing my screen. Just give me a moment, please. If someone can please confirm that if the screen is visible, I'll start with the session.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. All right. So the topic of the presentation is obviously an introduction to Gen AI. The agenda is very simple, like any other introduction. What is Gen AI, how it works, applications of Gen AI, ethical considerations, tools and technologies, and future directions. And finally, we'll spend some time on Q&A. If I hope I'll be able to answer at least some of those questions. So myself, Krishna Mohan Koya, I am currently the CEO and Managing Director of Koya Enterprise Private Limited, Bengaluru. In my past career, I was a technology consultant and delivering corporate training programs for MNCs in Bengaluru for about 15 years before we started the other enterprise a couple of years ago. We have two divisions. One is Clarimai Technology Services, which is essentially taking care of our core strength, that is consulting, providing the technology consulting to enterprise customers and app development. And in the other division, that is Crisaco division, we are looking at agri-tech from the technology side and several other things that are related to agriculture. So that we diversified into various areas. So that is my current position. Because of this only, for the last 2-3 years, I'm more on hands-off approach towards the technology than hands-on technology. So let me start with my understanding of what is generative AI. So we all know what is AI. In fact, when I was doing my master's at Andhra University in 90s, my MTech was in computer science and engineering, and we have a subject uh, which is an elective essentially. That elective was artificial intelligence. The other electives were like we have computer networks, we have and image processing, and there was one more subject which I forgot. And for whatever reasons, I chose uh, computer networks, and throughout my career, I worked mostly in that particular area of technology. When AI was as an elective, not many people were taking that as a subject in mid 90s, citing the reason essentially saying that uh, it is very emerging technology. We do not know whether we have future or not, and we do not have much career opportunities in AI. So because of that reason, there were very what do you call a sparse registration for the AI course. Since then, I have been hearing about AI here and there, but in the last 1.5 decades, it came off what do you call NAs, we can say. As you all know, if we say like if we talk about disruptive technologies, obviously the AI is definitely one among them. And here we are talking about the next revolution, if we want to use such kind of hyperlatives. The generative AI definitely stands out as one of the very important, what do you call, milestone in the evolution of this AI technology. As we all know, AI typically, the traditional AI typically, what do you call, takes data, classifies the data, and predicts what may happen, mostly based on statistics and etc. Whereas Gen AI is more about, it is more about consuming the data and producing what do you call new data in a different form that is more useful for taking business decisions. Uh, I'm sorry, business decisions with what do you call more confidence. So by definition, AI systems, the Gen AI is essentially, it is an AI system. It is designed to create a new context, essentially maybe text or images or anything like of that nature that resembles human creativity. In the sense, when we, as a human being, when we try to uh, consume data, when we try to consume data and generate data out of it, as a human being, we use a lot of our cognitive, what do you call, skills uh, and experience and other contextual information to come to such kind of conclusions. For example, if I see a letter from my consumer, let's say my customer, by looking at that letter, that mail or whatever, uh, based on my experience with that customer and general experience from the other customers who are using my particular product, by taking all these things into considerations, I see that letter from a particular perspective. It's not completely objective. There is a lot of subjectivity built into action of reading that letter and making sense of that letter. When I'm applying that subjectivity as a human being, when I'm applying that subjectivity, the way I interpret that letter is vastly different from any other systems that they can do. So when we bring in this kind of context into information, into the overall picture, right? It's not, instead of just looking at the letter and maybe doing a translation or suggesting a few phrases and etc. Instead of that, or more than that, if we are applying context, in which context we are actually reading this letter, what were the letters that we have received from this particular customer earlier? Was he happy or not? Was he about to leave our relationship, or was he happy with our product, so he may be signing up for more and more kind of an engagement? So by keeping all this context in picture, I make some particular letter. Gen AI is meant for handling such kind of tasks. It resembles human activity in such a way that it consumes content and it generates content. Content may be in textual format, image format, video format, or whatever we are able to consume. We know AI has been there in the world for a couple of decades. In the technological circles, we know it exists. Some people get excited about it. Some people feel threatened about it. But the one of the fact is that not many people in the general public, right? Not many people in the general public do not really perceive the presence of artificial intelligence, or sorry, the Gen AI specifically, right? The general public, they always read in newspapers or media or maybe some videos or commentaries, documentaries that AI is big, AI is good, AI is threatening, a lot of stuff. Whereas when it comes to, if we ask them like, do you really get impacted by Gen AI? Do you really get impacted by AI in general? Many people do not perceive that, even though e-commerce sites like Amazon, Flipkart, or maybe whatever quick commerce like Zomato and these kind of people, they are making the recommendations to individual customers based on their habitual purchases and their financial statuses and etc. And those algorithms are run by artificial intelligence by the organizations. As an end user, as a general person, they do not really perceive that presence. They do not really perceive such kind of a presence. If they feel any such kind of impact, it is only after the Gen AI came into picture. Especially for many people, they may not know the word Gen AI, but definitely they know ChatGPT. If we go to, you are from academic world, so I'm sure many of your students might be using ChatGPT for learning purpose, for learning this or that technology and etc. In our organizations, we use ChatGPT for whole lot of things. Even a person. May I request people to mute from their side, please? Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so even the general public now are able to see the voice assistants, the chatbots on their phones or on the web applications, where they take dictation, they summarize things, they create resumes for them, they create presentations, they create handouts, they create artworks. When we see this whole lot of new possibilities, there we can clearly say that, yeah, artificial intelligence from technology sphere to the general public. That is the greatness of Gen AI to say, right? AI has been there, AI has been doing wonderful work, but for the people to perceive the power of AI, the credit goes to the Gen AI. So the key difference, as we mentioned, unlike the traditional AI models, Gen AI produces content rather than classifying or just merely predicting, which themselves are very, what do you call, complex jobs, definitely. But that is all behind the scene. The job is behind the scenes. When it comes to Gen AI, because it is producing and the end user is able to consume, and end user is able to see the results impromptu, they clearly see that, okay, it is Gen AI that is at work. So some of the real world examples, I am sure you may be knowing more than what we have been using. But ChatGPT is one of them. In fact, OpenAI and ChatGPT are the ones which made all of these things very popular in the real world. And for the images and other things, you have DALL-E and etc. For music, we have some tools. For video editing, we have some tools. There are a lot of tools. I just only put together a couple of them here, which I know, which we have direct, which we are using directly. But otherwise, there are a whole lot of tools for various contexts and for various scenarios. All right. So going forward from here, let us see how this actually works. All right. So basically, again, let me remind you that I'm not an academic person. So I'm talking all these things from as a business person who sees some value in the technology so that we can commercialize our products or we can fortify our products for the good of the end user. So from that perspective, I'm talking all these things today. Right. So how Gen AI works, to put it very simply, learning core concept is essentially about learning patterns in data to generate similar patterns. For example, typically I write a lot of articles for various magazines, both not many for academic magazines, not for journals, rather for business magazines and trade magazines and etc. And there, even though I am 100% confident that I have written what I wanted to write, but these days, for the last 1.5 years, what I have been doing is like I am giving it to ChatGPT, saying that, can you please tell me what do you understand by going through this article? Because we may write a 3-page article or 4-page article, different people read it. But what is it there? What is the takeaway from this article? What is that I wanted to actually convey? Yeah, right? The point that I want to convey maybe can be summarized into just 3-4 lines of content. So by going through this article, complete article, can ChatGPT identify that essence of the article? ChatGPT may be right, may be wrong, but mostly right. I can see that from my experience. But definitely, it is helping me in fine tuning, in giving focus to one area of the article, or maybe adding some pictures here and there to make things right, or to add some infographics here and there, and choosing an appropriate illustrations or appropriate case studies. So that way, it is helping me a lot. One thing that we understood here in our organization, essentially in our organization, is that earlier I used to have several people who used to assist me in all these things. I have some person who is good in English. I am not that good in English. So I obviously do not feel confident to just write and send it to the journal. Rather, I always run it through my English expert. That person do some kind of fine tuning, especially with respect to tone and other things. Similarly, I'll give it to some subject matter expert. So this is the thing that we are writing. So we ask our team leaders or whoever are the architects in that particular area. We ask them like, can you please just check for factual errors and see if it is working, if the article is, what do you call, can we authentically publish this article. So I run it through at least 2-3 people that way, right? So that way, what used to happen is like I used to have several people who guide me in sometimes, some people who assist me in few things, some people basically reviews and other things, some people who actually what do you call write on behalf of me. It's not just mere assistance, rather they write it, I will honor it finally, right? So I used to have a lot of people with their specialized skill sets to get my job done. I'm just giving one scenario of article writing, but the same thing goes with my business decisions also. Let's say if we are building an agri-tech product and we are thinking about like, so where do we introduce this product? Where are the consumers? We know in general, we have every farmer is a consumer, but when it comes to finances, the technological adaptation, the culture and other things, when we take all these things into consideration, obviously what happens, there will be some, there are some farmers, there is some geographical region where you see a lot of what you call appetite for it, and in other places maybe people may not show a lot of interest. So to do that, I talk to several of my salespeople, several of my marketing people. I talk to my other colleagues in other organizations, like what they are doing, what their learning is. I go through a lot of magazines on myself. We attend a lot of exhibitions. We attend a lot of events to come to some conclusions. Now, all that job became lot and lot easier. It may not be an overstatement if I want to say like something like this. I may be having different experts who are assisting me in taking my decisions, but none of them are an expert in everything. An English expert is only expert in English. Marketing guy can only talk from the marketing side. Technical guy can only talk from the technology side. But ChatGPT or Gen AI tools, whichever tool you are using, they have all this information at its disposal. Gen AI tools are simply the tools, let me use that word, right? These tools have all the information at their disposal. I have one expert, Mr. Sastri Garu. He is an English expert. He built all those skills over a period of about 20, 30 years of experience in what we call fortifying his understanding, his skills in language in general, and writing skills and comprehension skills and etc. Gen AI tools are already trained on such kind of skills. Similarly, my marketing person has lots of insights into the market because that fellow has built all those skills over a period of about, again, 10, 15 years. Gen AI tools have all the data at their disposal. Similarly, my technological people. So instead of talking to individual experts who can only think from one particular perspective, now with a lot of confidence, I can talk to ChatGPT or many other tool, Bard or whatever, right? I talk to that and gain insights. I'm not saying that it is going to replace, right? I'm not going to say that it is replacing the human involvement completely. There are few things that can be automated. There are few things that cannot be automated. There always it is there, right? We know how the technology evolved over a period of centuries of time, and how it what do you call, replaced some jobs and created the other jobs. So I'm not scared about either as an individual or as a business person. I'm not scared about AI. I'm only seeing like where we can make use of it, where we can potentially make use of it and make the systems and the processes in our organization more and more efficient. We know that there is some data in the organization somewhere, but nobody knows where exactly. Are we leaving some data somewhere untouched? Those are all the practical issues we always face. But once we have the Gen AI tools with the vast information of input that they are trained on, we do not have such kind of any kind of what do you call apprehensions anymore. So that way, the core concept behind Gen AI is essentially to consume data, find the patterns, and generate similar. I give a letter, it gives me a refined letter. I tell I want to make a presentation of XY thing, and it gives me a template for that, or it gives me some suggestions. It gives me some pictures. It gives me some resources, which I could have done manually by using simple searching. But this makes the life a lot easier, more efficient, and building a lot of confidence in what we are doing. So the key techniques include, of course, the neural networks. That is the foundation of AI systems that we all know. Maybe many of you might be well trained academically, and you might have done a lot of research in these areas. So if I speak in front of you, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm sure you are aware of those things. The things that are coming into picture when we talk about Gen AI are the other two things. Again, there is always a gray area, right? When we are evolving from one level to another level, there is a gray area where we cannot distinguish whether we are on the left of it or on the right side of it. That way, these transformers diffusion models, about which we'll be talking more in the following sessions in this 1 week. These are now we can say that cornerstones for the Gen AI to work. All right. So we'll be talking about these things. When I say we, there are experts who are good in those areas. They will be sharing more information about them in dedicated sessions. So when it comes to the workflow of the generative AI, in general, the way the workflow works is, the first one is, of course, the data collection. Then is training. Finally, the generation after the fine tuning of the model. So these words looks very simple words and obvious words, like this is what even you and me also do, right? Forget about Gen AI. You and me also do the same thing, right? And that's where we say like this is more behaves like a human being. That's where we come that statement comes into picture. So for example, if I ask the Gen AI tools, like I am giving this tweets, I am giving all these tweets to you. Now tell me, like, what is my best response to these tweets? These tweets may be my what do you call, coming from my critics about a product. They're all talking about some deficiency in my product. I want to accept the deficiency, but at the same time, I don't want the market to lose confidence in my product. So give me a suggestion, like how should I respond? See, this is, as a human being, we have been taking these decisions, all of us, right? Not only in business front, in our daily life also, we take a lot of such kind of decisions. And every time we take the decision, we follow the same process, isn't it? All right. First thing is like, okay, we got some feedback. It may be tweets, or it may be an email, or it may be just a gossip that my friends were talking or my relatives are talking in general day-to-day life. From there, we'll figure out like what is the essence of it. We'll pick up some of the keywords from there. We'll pick up some of the words that explains the tone. Basically, from the input, we try to gather the data that is critical for me to proceed further. That is the first step of the AI workflow as well. All right. I want to issue an offer letter to a new employee. Let's say I want to write an invitation letter, an offer letter, essentially a mail offering him or her a position. So I asked Gen tools saying like, okay, this is my intention. So give me a letter. It's not that we cannot write that letter. Not what we are identifying now is that more than us, this fellow is more qualified to do that job. It is more qualified to do that job. So I just agree with it. Okay, you are better than me, so you just write. Because every time it rewrites and give it to me, it surprises me. Oh, this is really better than what I have written, right? So how it is doing it? So I am giving some input to it, right? This is an offer letter. This is maybe, let's say, for a fresh engineer, and we are giving some terms and conditions like on so and so date for a so and so position that fellow need to join us. So we are in the entire offer letter or in my prompts, it captures some information. Okay, this is the essence of this entire email. This is for offering something with some terms and conditions. Some of them are hard terms, some of them are soft terms. So once the data is collected, that is the first step and the most important step, in fact. And that's where we always say, like, the chat GPT or Gen AI tools, their responses, the quality of their responses completely depends on the quality of the prompt that we give. Because again, none of these things I see as like technological things. Let's say if I go to a doctor, the quality of the treatment depends on the quality of my explanation about my body condition. If that fellow asks like, how do you feel? If I cannot explain like how am I feeling, what a doctor can do? Same thing here. All right. So the input, the prompt that I am giving, the input data that I am giving into the system is the most crucial thing. Everything else is at the disposal of the tool. Only the prompt is what we are giving. From the prompt, it collects the data, and then it trains its engines by looking at like what is the relevant kind of the existing that data that it need to look at, right, based on the models or whatever, and then it generates what we want to hear. It generates what we want to hear. When it is generating, the context is more important here, right? So once we accept the generated thing, then the system understands that, okay, so I am doing good job, so let me remember to repeat this next time. So that way it trying to fine tune its own models more and more. If I say like, no, rewrite again, then again it try to understand like why this fellow is asking me to rewrite. What is that this fellow accepted? What is this fellow rejected? Let's say the same offer letter, that email, I got maybe 3 versions. One of them I accepted, 2 of them I rejected. So again, it try to understand like, okay, what is working, what is not working. It may not be a personalized thing, of course, that is also there, but in general also it gathers that information from every prompt of every user and try to learn more and more, become more and more useful, right? So that is the overall workflow. Again, as I mentioned, this is nothing new. As a human being also, we do everything, all of these things. Gen AI specifically is good at doing these things. Okay. So then comes the what do you call the more technical things, right? We talked about those transformers and diffusion models, right? So for example, the chat GPT models generate coherent text by predicting the next word, right? We always see that. We always see that. When I'm writing a letter, for example, when I say like, please respond to me, if I type that, it automatically finishes it by saying that by the end of the day. If I change, if I say like, no, it is not about day, I remove the day, then it adds week. All right. So it basically attention to the process, like every time, whatever we are doing, it is attending with a lot of attention. It is checking those things and making the transformations over there. And then the third part is diffusion models. Again, please remember, I am not from the what do you call academic background. So these are all the things that we understood by using and by just reading about these things just to get an idea. Okay. So diffusion is like an iterative refinement to transform a random noise into detailed images, maybe self-explanatory statement, like what DALI creates, a realistic image from a prompt. We do a lot of things, even though many of those things are maybe unethical or maybe illegal or maybe a lot of things. We see that one also, that point also. There are many things that we need to be careful about when we are using the Gen AI. This is like Gen AI is like Genie, right? So Genie is lot powerful, right? Genie is lot powerful, and it obediently follows the instructions of its boss, right? We are the boss, and Gen AI is the Genie. So now we need to be very responsible in giving the commands. If I ask it to like go and what do you call destroy that city in our epic stories, Genie can be able to do that. But should we give that prompt or not is the question, right? So that way, when we use these diffusion models, the things that we do that comes under diffusion models is like we may simply say like, okay, reconstruct. Maybe we'll take these are all only experimental thing only. We take some religious places across the world, and we say like, no, that place is belonging to so and so religion. Now reconstruct the same thing, more or less the same thing, but it should give the impression as if like this is a worshipping place of a different religion. Let me not talk anything. These are all just only for fun. We tried these things, and it is able to do that. It is able to do that so elegantly that we got surprised. Of course, we are responsible people. We do not do business with those things. We only just try to see like what is the limitation of these tools. That's where we tried all these things, but we also can be scary. These are also things that are scary. If somebody with what do you call bad intentions, if they want to create disturbance in the societies, or if they want to what do you call trap the individual people, it is very easy for them by creating these kind of realistic images which may not really existing in the real world. All right. So that is all happening, of course, what do you call with the process of iterative refinement, so that initially at the first level maybe it looks like noise, but by refining it becomes a better image. By refining it becomes again better image, and finally you will get the image based on what prompts you have given. When when we created our new company, we want to create a logo. So we asked the Gen AI saying that, okay, I need a logo for our agri division. So I said like, okay, we are what do you call a technology company. What we are going to do is technology only again, but it is agri related stuff, and it is basically meeting not the high end what do you call consumers, rather it is middle consumers. So that is our intention. So create a logo. So to my surprise, it created beautiful logos, and it gave me explanation like why those logos are designed in such a way. All right. So these are all happening because of the so-called the diffusion models, basically the iterative refinement of the output by again and again refining it and finally giving a result which we may like finally. So applications of Gen AI, I'm sure we all know it. It is nothing new now anymore. So content writing, blogs, summaries, news articles, you can see, in fact, I can see if I see any blog or any article, I can see like how much is actually human involvement is there here and how much is the involvement of ChatGPT here. We can see that kind of a differentiation these days. Many people are using the Gen AI in this content generation, whatever kind of content it is. All right. Conversational agents. This is from the business perspective. Of course, these are all too good for us. All right. Chatbots and virtual assistants. Uh, we used to have when we started our career somewhere we apart from our core IT and other things, somewhere in the early 2000s, we suddenly see a revolution or a new opportunity in the name of BPO business, back office business. So many of our co-entrepreneurs, they started their own companies just to handle the back end activities of large organization, large corporations. They used to hire a lot of people, right? They used to hire a lot of people, train them, and what do you call in schedules, right? 3 batches typically. Even today, also most likely that is how it works. So for every 8 hours, the persons change the shifts. We used to see a lot of commotion on the roads around in the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. because the people of the late night shift are replaced by the people of the early morning, something like that. It used to be very what do you call people intensive business back then, but nowadays slowly one step at a time it is being replaced. All these human beings are being replaced by the chatbots, right? We use for our internal collaboration, we use a tool called Slack. Many of you might be using it. We also use Slack. So when we pay for Slack, and sometimes that payment fails for whatever reasons, the RBI guidelines or whatever, sometimes the processing fails and I raise a ticket. Till today, I never see a human being handling my ticket. Till today, for the last 1.5 years, I have never seen a human being handling the ticket. It is always a chatbot comes into picture saying like, Krishna, what is the problem? I say, see, I am trying to attempt to pay the bill through my credit card, but the credit card is getting billed only for 0 rupees, not for the actual bill. So it suggests several things. I follow those things. It suggests few other things. It asks me to give the screenshots, do a lot of things, and finally it says like, okay, I think this is a problem from our end only. So I'll be talking to our engineering team and get back to you. All of this thing used to be done by human beings earlier, call center people, essentially to say. Now it is chatbots who are doing it, or virtual assistants. This is from the other side, right? As I mentioned earlier, like the people who are attending my needs in terms of drafting the letters or such kind of stuff. They're all done by my virtual assistants now. All right. And translation and summarization. This is, of course, this is where many people, general public, are getting the taste of what we call the Gen AI, real-time language conversion. Right. So my wife speaks only her mother tongue, which is Telugu here, but most of the applications in English. So she used to feel bit difficult, feel that difficulty in following those. Even in the tools also, if it says like do this, do that, she used to get a little bit what do you call apprehensive whether she's understanding it correctly or not. Nowadays, none of the things on her phone are in English. Back if I speak from my development as a developer, if I look back my career, in the initial days we used to have I18N and what do you call 11 L11N, we used to call it like internationalization and localization. So when we develop any UI systems, web screens, essentially the web applications, user interfaces, not only web, even standalone also. What we do is like we, by default, we give English. So that is what you see like file, edit, review, blah, 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 blah. But depending on the location, locale we call, right? Depending on the locale at which this application is being opened. Essentially, like if you are using a laptop connected to internet, it will identify like who is your service provider. If the service provider is, let's say, from Karnataka, let's say Bengaluru or Chennai or Hyderabad, they can easily guess, okay, this fellow is in the region of, let's say, Tamil Nadu. Then we used to give a button on the screen saying that, would you like to see it in Tamil? We give option. Dynamically, we show options like other than English, we give Tamil as an option. User, if they click, everything used to appear in Tamil. But how we used to do that? We used to create the so-called several of the configuration files. The entire text that is being displayed to the end user at different points of time while using the application, all those textual information, we used to write in all the languages that we support, whatever language we support. I worked for a large MNC corporation. There we have Chinese customers, Japanese customers, of course, European customers. Europe, you know, right? There are several languages again. So we used to have language experts in our organization. So as an engineer, we write our technical terms over there. Like, for example, like unable to, or authentication error, for example, or unable to locate your account, something like that. We run it through our documentation expert, English expert. They write it in a more, what do you call, user-friendly manner rather than tech-heavy manner. And then that wording will be given to all these language experts. And their job is to convert all those things into different languages again. You'll get, we used to call some files, I forgot that name, some property files or something like that. So we used to get Japanese files with all the text in Japanese, Chinese files, Mandarin things, and Spanish thing, English, and of course, there are few customers. Sometimes we used to do it in Hindi also, back in late 90s and early 2000s. So that means when somebody is connecting to an application through their browser, the signal to the server, it tells like browser is so-and-so browser. This fellow is connecting from so-and-so ISP. So you can give these kind of language prompts. If that fellow selects one of them, at time, we used to transfer all the files of various languages from the client, from the server onto the browser. If we do not have a particular language of, we do not support a particular language, the have only to use voice, right? We are doing that only to use voice in the native language. Voice in the native language. What does it mean? For example, I used to, let's say my question was earlier, like assessment question was like, what is the capital of India? So people read it in English, answer it in English. If we apply internationalization, they can choose, let's say, Telugu. Then they will see those questions in Telugu and answer also in Telugu. Now, what we are doing is like we are only giving English, and using the Gen AI, we are generating the actual questionnaire onto the screen in language of their choice, whichever language they select. It doesn't matter like whether we have, there is nothing called we are putting this language or that language. Even if they are from Thailand and they want to see everything in their native language, without we doing anything additional, it is automatically getting translated and shown on the screen. in as a what do you call as a text. Same thing we are converting it into the voice also, right? When you speak, we gather that voice, we see whether the answer is what they are saying is correct or not. So it is more like the Viva is going to happen through this tool using any language of their choice. All these things are a what do you call a possibility and at a hindsight. In fact, they are just there. We need to just go and grab it. All right. So that way, the translation and summarization. Because we are working on that. Maybe I might have talked a little bit more about that particular area, but definitely these are all some of the applications. Of course, some of them I'm using more or less, or somewhere I'm connected to this. Apart from these things, you see a lot of other applications. I have a friend in another organization. They are building an application. Their intention is to, I'm talking because you are from academic background, I'm just giving some relevant other applications. Those fellows are building an application where they scan your answer sheets of the students, and they try to evaluate and give the results. We used to do that for the objective exams earlier. Now, even for the essays also, they want to do it. Right? So that way, there are lots of possibilities, and people are able to do these things using Gen AI. I'll just take a couple of more minutes, and then we'll close it. Applications of Gen AI in visual media. Again, maybe you can go through it offline. If you do not know, of course, you may be knowing these things. We are not going to do we are not doing many things in this front. So I just put it only for the information purpose, but I do not have much of hands-on, what do you call, I never made my hands dirty in this area. This is more important, the ethical considerations, right? So AI models are always, their result depends on how they got trained, right? It is like a dog only. We have a pet dog, and the way we train, that is what do you call, makes the dog behaves this way or that way when a stranger comes. Same thing here. All right, so this bias is very important. Unless we take utmost care in such a way that our training data itself is fair, all right, as fair as possible, as inclusive as possible, people lose trust in our AI models very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. You see, as a human being also, we have a lot of biases, right? As a human being, we have a lot of biases. For example, for certain jobs, we may say like, oh, maybe girls may not be maybe not suitable for such kind of a job. There is no what you call standing. There is prima facie, there is no standing to give such a statement. But we have that biased opinions formed over a period of time. Over a period of time. If I am the same person who is building the models for the AI systems, and somehow I am injecting, right? My injections are also based on my personal biases, and if they go unchecked, then what happens? Automated systems also go with such kind of a bias only. When they are sorting out the resumes, let's say when they want to hire some people, if it is gender female, it may simply assume that okay, let us give less weightage to this because that's how I train that particular system. This is more dangerous because as a human being, when I am doing these things, everybody is seeing it. Whereas when it comes to systems, nobody is seeing it. It is not telling like why it is rejecting something. Nobody knows about it. So silently it is doing that job in a biased way, and over a period, by the time itself, maybe many people, many sections of people, depending on the kind of bias we are giving, maybe that certain section of people may lose a lot of opportunities. So this is one of the very, very important thing. Even as a normal human being, forget about whether we are doing business or we are doing research or something. As a human being, this is something that I am always scared about because I know the greediness of the people, the greediness of the politicians who actually ultimately make the decisions for the overall societies. If they are not good, AI systems becomes the what do you call the flashpoint when it comes to the societal overall goodness. Similarly, data privacy. right? We very simple thing. Let's say we do facial recognition to log into the system. Means the system is looking at my face. Is it only using it for my authentication, or it is doing something else? How do I know? How do I know? I am seeing a lot of information. Maybe you know the digital arrest and such kind of things that are happening around us. How they are how they are getting the data. Very simple. One of my friends, whenever that fellow book a FedEx or book any international courier, in the next 3-4 days, they definitely get what do you call, a call from nowhere saying that some problem with their courier and blah blah blah. They try to trap that fellow. Initially, get used to scared, but nowadays he's waiting for the calls. He is actually trying to play with that fellow because he knows this is what is happening. So that means from where they are getting the data, there is a man in the middle. Maybe they are leaking the data directly, or there is an AI system which is tuned in such a way that it is leaking the data for, for different purposes, right? So all of these things, right, are as I say, bit of a scary thing. It's a bit of a scary thing. We need to make sure that the privacy of the data, privacy of the people, everything is protected. Protected, right? Data anonymization, what do you call, anonymization. Always find it difficult to pronounce, right? The data should be anonymous, right? How we can get, when I used to do my 10th standard exams, I was told that people do not give marks based on my name or whatever, because they do not see my number or my name. They do some masking, and based on that they will get some other number. They will never be able to map it to my actual thing. So we expect that those evaluation happens, right? Evaluation happens in most unbiased way. It is essentially a way of anonymization of the data. Are we doing the same thing here? Are we seeding everything to the Aadhaar, and then once Aadhaar number is leaked, if they can get every piece of data from there, then we are in a worst possible situation, right? So that is another thing. Misinformation, of course. Everybody is getting what do you call, impacted by this piece, at least, right? All these deep fakes and fabricated text, lot of things here, right? See, the systems are still evolving, but people who are using those systems are already evolved to misuse them. That is the, what do you call, pity, that is the irony of the situation. So we know the legal systems, the legal frameworks, they take a lot of time to formulate the, what do you call, the regulations, rules, and all such kind of things. But by the time itself, the technology evolves and people are misusing it, abusing the technology. So how we can actually see all these things? Basically, that is what RAI, right? Responsible AI. How we can accomplish responsible AI, without which AI, more than good, it may become what do you call, a very much a burden for the society, right? So this is, we need to keep in mind, as a person who is practicing AI, as a person who is using AI, as a person who is supporting AI, or as a person who is criticizing AI, we need to take all these things into consideration. Unless we have this overall picture, if we only think like we are technical people, we do whatever we want, we take the technology to the next advancement levels. Of course, our technological zeal, especially people like you who do a lot of research, you may find a lot of things that are good technically. But what about the actual society? Is the society ready to consume all these things? Is it mature enough to consume all these things? Even though from the engineering perspective, means our kind of people are seeing this kind of a question, ethical questions now for the last few years. You talk to any person who is working in biotechnology, they have been facing all these problems, all these questions for years together, for decades together. If you give free hand to the people who are working on maybe genome technologies or whatever, right, something related to biotechnology, about which I know zero. Whatever I know is only from the media side. But they say like, okay, by doing DNA sequencing or by mutating DNA, blah 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 blah, they can make it possible to give birth only to the, what do you call, sound babies, so that all weak babies will be weeded out. You can make in such a way that only one race of people will get some kind of an additional advantage. So these are all possibilities. They say technically these are all possibilities, but should we allow it or not? Should we allow it or not? So those people actually give a lot of what do you call frustration. They show a lot of frustration. They say like, see, you give me authorization or you approve this technology in biotechnology, we can weed out so and so kind of illness, so and so kind of health conditions. That is good. But the same technology, if it is misused, it becomes even more it becomes even more what do you call difficulty or difficult problem for the society. We get into similar kind of things now. We get into similar kind of a situation. Now we see like Gen AI, in general AI and especially Gen AI has lot and lot of potential. But should we allow it scot-free or should we be responsible? This is something that we need to keep in mind as a responsible. Being people who teach the younger generation. This generation born and brought up, most of these people that you are teaching currently in engineering colleges, there are like millennials, right? Say they by the time they're born, they know internet, they use internet, they use mobile application. Their understanding of the world is depending on what they have consumed from the internets and mobile applications than from our historical texts or historical stories or even our family or whatever. So when you are dealing with such kind of people and when you are putting this kind of technology into such kind of people, as an from the academic side, right? People from the academic world have more responsibility. I always see like maybe it is very personal thing, but I always say like politicians are necessary evils. That's always I believe in it. Without which nothing works, right? Society without politics will be like complete anarchy that we cannot what do you call sustain. We need to have political people. Politics must be there, but it's not all good. It is not like a god savior. It's a necessary evil. The only other profession which can protect the world from such kind of evil forces is only the teaching. That's where we all know, right? You're all proud teachers. So now you people are teaching AI, but if we forget teaching the responsibility of the people who are going to create these AI engines, it is like proverbially we are creating a new COVID virus only into the society, right? I'm sure again you might be doing you might have actually presented a lot of papers in this area. From our side, from the general public or from as an outsider, these are some of the considerations I'm sure we all agree with. We need to deal with all these things. And then what is happening here? Sorry. All right, so the next slide, last one. Again, let me skip it. I think it is repeating. We'll be talking about some of these things. I think tomorrow also have a small session. Some of these things I'll be elaborating there. And for many other things, we have specialized sessions. So for these tools and technologies, so please make sure you join there to get more insights into them. I'll just conclude by having this particular slide on future. So multimodal models, right, for the integrating the text, images, sound, and blah, blah, blah. Basically, we are trying to create what do you call a personified AI engine, essentially. What do you call real-time applications. These are all next in, basically, we can foresee all these things. There is nothing like this cannot be done. These are all next immediate things that we will be seeing in the next very nearest future. Challenges is, of course, there is another thing called environmental impact. Many people, I'm sure, of course, not from people like you, but many people in the other side of the spectrum, they do not know how much of computation is going through or going into the AI systems. How much of power, how much of energy. Still, I use these two words interchangeably. Sorry for that, but maybe better word is energy, I believe. Right. So, how much of energy is being consumed only for the purpose of computing this AI system or AI computational purposes? So, if we are giving more and more responsibilities, if we are offloading more and more to this one, what is the energy consideration? From where we'll get that energy? Right, that that is one of the very limiting thing. I'm not saying it is like we should not use energy, but how we can scale more and more if we are offloading, from where we'll get that energy. So that is one of the challenge we are facing. Ethical thing, this is a never ending thing. Of course, the second challenge is what do you call never ending thing. It will be there all along. And of course, the final, the impact thing we all know, right? In every spectrum of our life, I do not discount even one, any one of them. Everything here, even though we put a couple of things over here, but everywhere we have an impact. We feel the impact of Gen AI. Finally, democratization of creativity. Earlier, if I want to draw a line, I used to take help of my friend who is a good artist. If not artist, at least having good handwriting skills. Now it is not like that. Everybody is capable of doing everything, right? It is no classes now. If I have access to Gen AI, whatever that fellow can do, I also can do. That is the impact. Whether it is going to lead to good or bad is completely depending on how we responsible, how at a higher level we are making the regulations and implementing the regulations. All right. So with these words, I am ending my session. This is essentially just an oral introduction. I hope some of you at least find it interesting. So this is time for a brief QA. After that, I hand over it back to the presiding officer. Any QA, please.
Good evening, sir. Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, from your introduction part, what the thing which I understood is having these many models. These models are meant for different set of activities. Like one X model is useful for one activity, another X model is useful another activity. Is it so, sir, or any model can be applicable or implementable to any kind of solution?
Okay. Again, maybe I may not be qualified to answer that question from the purest technical perspective. You see, in our organization, if I want to take any business decision, we do not ask ChatGPT, which is trained on the data that is universal. We may not do that. Rather, our models are, we build our own models depending on the data that we produce, so that the decisions or the suggestions or the assistance I get from the ChatGPT that is meant for my organization is fed with only the data that is related to my organization. So that way, so at a superficial level, you can build a model that is useful for everything, but for getting personalized or the domain wise or business wise relevant results, you may be using different models for different purposes.
Finally, we can make a multi-based model also, no, sir?
Right. So that is the future actually, right? Models of models, multi-models. The LLM becomes even more larger LLM. Technically, people see like want to have such kind of a universal model to tackle anything and everything. Like we want to create a god essentially. But we people who are going to use, especially the large business organizations, if technically if it is possible, then there is no difference between this organization and the other organization. So to maintain their competitiveness, the business will always drive for not to get into that level. So whether technology people will what do you call win that, or the business people will win that particular argument, we need to see. Technology moves towards having a universal model that is meant for any purpose, whereas business people may not want that to happen. Business in the sense enterprises, big larger enterprises may not want that to happen. Sorry, I'm having a bit cough. Right. I hope I have answered that question. Again, I may not be giving an academically satisfying answer, and it is my just observation.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Since this is an FDP, how faculty can exploit the Gen AI tools and really benefit from for a beginner, where to start and how to use them. For example, text
Okay,
or
okay.
audio or video. So many tools.
Right.
What criteria we have
Right.
to adopt?
Right, right.
Those are different.
Yeah, I may not be answering that question today because we have again a dedicated session. I'm only you only recommended to me the landscape of Gen AI. I'll reserve the answer for that particular session. We'll be actually going through that landscaping model, so that landscape of looking at what do you call what are the things that are there from the academic perspective, maybe what we can what we can make use of, which one of them may be a good starting perspective. Good starting point for us. We'll reserve that answer for tomorrow, sir. Yeah, there is a point here. Mr. Ramki Palle, he put on the chat box. I think many of you might have heard. It is to answer earlier question. There are models specific to specific type of input such as text, audio, video, but there are multi-model models that deal with all types, right? What do you call? I hope you got the answer from that comment as well. Right. So one more last question. I think next person will pick up from here. It's already 7:30, I think. Okay. Right then. So I think I'm done with my session. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Looking forward to join the session again tomorrow as well. Thank you very much. Please carry on from here.
Thank you, sir. I want to thank you for your amazing session on generative AI. Your clear explanation and in-depth discussion on applications and real-time examples of generative AI really helped us understanding the subject better. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Finally, the session will conclude with the vote of thanks by Dr. T. Anuradha, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Business System. Ma'am, please address.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of all participants, I take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed resource person, Krishna Mohan Koya, for delivering such analyzing and insightful session on generative AI. Your expertise and in-depth knowledge of the subject have given us valuable insights into how generative AI can revolutionize academic and research activities. The practical tools and real-world applications you shared have not only broadened our understanding, but have also inspired us to explore new possibilities in our respective fields. We deeply appreciate the effort you have put into making complex concepts accessible and engaging. Your ability to connect theoretical aspects with practical examples was truly commendable, and I am confident that everyone here has gained knowledge from your session. On behalf of all the participants, I thank you once again for sharing your time, expertise, and experience with us. We are grateful for your valuable contribution to this faculty development program. Thank you so much, sir. And we hope to have the opportunity to learn from you again in the future. Thank you, sir.
Now I request all the participants to fill the attendance sheet, which is given in the chart. So I request all the participants to fill this attendance for this session 1. The session 2 will start in a few minutes. So I request all the participants to go through the chart and fill the attendance for the first session. Before we start the next session, so I request all the participants to fill the attendance sheet. This is only for session 2. Session 2 attendance sheet will be shared at 8:45. So I request all the participants to fill the attendance sheet for session 1. Session 2 will be given at 8:45 or 8:30. So be ensure that you fill all the attendance sheet. Attendance sheet filling is mandatory for ATAL FDP. So you take time and fill the attendance sheet before we start the next session in a few minutes.
Professor Nagesh, how to see that one? I am not in a position to get that sheet.
I will share in the group, sir. WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Same sheet you can fill. You can fill only once, sir. Don't fill twice.
Okay,
I
okay,
request
thank
all
you.
the participants to fill only once.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I request Mahalakshmi madam to start the next session.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you share the form in the WhatsApp, sir?
Yes, I will share in the WhatsApp, but see that you fill only once for each and every session. So it is
Okay, sir,
session-wise
okay.
attendance. Session-wise.
Okay, sir. Because we are not seeing that chat in that WebEx. That's right.
Okay, I will share, but fill the form only once
Ah.
for each session.
For each section only once. Okay, sir. We will do that. Thank you.
Shall I start
You
the
can
next
start. You can
session,
start.
sir?
Sir already joined, so you can start next session.
Oh, okay, sir. Good evening, Desi Uma Garu. Now I would like to request Dr. T. Anuradha Garu to introduce the Desi Uma Garu to address. Hello, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to introduce our distinguished resource person for today's session, Uma Desu, a multi-talented professional with a wealth of experience and accomplishments. Uma Desu is a writer, life coach, innovator, intelligence pioneer, publisher, trekker, webmaster, and angel investor. With over 25 years of experience in executive and managerial roles, he has made a significant impact in various fields. Currently, Uma Desu is the Chief of Artificial Intelligence Officer at Gen AI Pioneer and the Chief Intelligence Officer of Intelli in India LLP, a global company providing research, sales, and competitive intelligence services. He is also a certified prompt engineer and an expert in generative AI training, offering training in prompt engineering and AI tools. In addition to a strong focus on technology, he is the CEO of VV Creations, managing over 100 domains and portals. Uma Desu is an accomplished author of 4 fiction novels, with one being officially selected for Indian Pavilion at the London Book Fair. The upcoming book, Gen AI, The Trillion-Dollar Opportunity, is eagerly awaited and showcases Uma Desu's expertise in artificial intelligence. As a motivational speaker, he focuses on helping people overcome peer pressure and is the author of the books like The Peer and the Peer Pressure. He is also an angel investor supporting innovative projects, the CEO of Vihara Travels, promoting ancient temple tours, and a passionate trekker. With a double master's degree, a BTech in computer science, and certifications as a life coach, he brings a perfect balance of knowledge, experience, and creativity. We are honored to have Uma Desu here with us today. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our distinguished guest. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for the warm introduction, ma'am. So, can you make me the presenter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sure.
Yes, sir, you can make use of the presenter.
Okay. Can I share this entire screen? Okay. Screen once. Is there an option to share entire screen here? Entire. So, fine. Okay. Yes. Okay. So here we are, Genia in academia, and it's an exciting time to be for academia because this year 2025.
Please sharing full screen mode is visible.
Sure, sure. I'll do that.
Now it's okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So it's an exciting year, 2025, for academicians and GenAI educators, especially because even yesterday we got this announcement from Meta. Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, he has made an announcement requesting to annotate. What is that? What's that annotations? Excuse me, what is that annotation? Understand that. At an exciting time when Mark Zuckerberg has given a statement that he's going to have nearly 20% of his staff working, 20% of staff in the form of machines. And this comes very much after many statements that have been coming in the last 3 weeks about artificial general intelligence coming in 2025. Well, OpenAI gave a statement, Sam Altman gave a statement that it will it's already there. We are keeping it under wraps and we are going to make it by mid of 2025. Sundar Pichai has gone a step ahead by saying that their quantum below chip is going to drive us towards AGI much faster than 2025. I mean, the key question for me, being in the intelligence field for the last 26 years, I've been noticing the ups and downs in the intelligence field. I've been in this field for 26 years now, and intelligence has been my middle name because I've been working only in intelligence for the last 26 years. I was a former head of sales intelligence at Tata Consultancy Services. I institutionalized intelligence in several companies, almost all the 35 of the top 50 companies in India, IT companies. So I do understand very much the importance of data. And this entire revolution that we have today in GenAI has been only because of one simple white paper, Attention is All You Need, which came in 2017, presented by Google DeepMind, which allowed us to utilize the transformers architecture because the self-attention mechanism was developed then using the white paper. And so 2017 onwards, we have been having this subsequent interest in AI. And compared to 1957, when AI was formed in Dartmouth College, we never had so many so many developments. Like in the 80s, the personal computers came and gave a very big death blow to all the AI activities. In fact, many may not know that in the 80s, nearly 95% of the AI companies shut shop because the personal computer was more convenient and everyone wanted that instead of the larger Big Blue computers. But Gary Kasparov's beating by IBM's Big Blue, that was when again in the 90s interest started generating in the academia as well in AI. And we have been having the ups and downs in AI. We have done the sequential analysis of data. We use it to have, LSTMs till 2016. We were doing analysis using that. But since the 2017, we have that self-attention mechanism. We are able to do, parallel processing of data, and self-attention mechanism is the only reason why we are able to process 1 trillion documents and 1 trillion knowledge assets in ChatGPT, and train the model, as sir was just saying, and train the model and get it to answer our questions. The key here is to differentiate here. See, being in the intelligence field and having learned intelligence from the masters of quantitative intelligence, the people who coined the term called quantitative intelligence, the fathers of CI, Jan Herring, Benjamin Killard, and Leonard Fuld in Harvard University. I learned that because all these, the term intelligence obviously has come to us from the military, where intelligence is important, not data to make a decision. So what the data you have is not useful till you convert it into intelligence. In the last 26 years, that's what my firm has been doing, Intel India, converting data into intelligence for companies. And the kind of situation we are having today as academicians, we have both advantages from AI developments, and as academicians, we do have choice. The choice of either remaining silent observers, or the choice of becoming active participants in this revolution. Like when ChatGPT was released, every single university in the US banned ChatGPT, right? From Harvard to MIT, everyone banned ChatGPT. But slowly, only one university didn't ban it, and obviously that was University of Pennsylvania. University of Pennsylvania, Andrew Ng and the others, they obviously were against banning of ChatGPT. They put up, and Ethan Malik, one of my greatest, people whom I respect in the academia field in AI. Ethan Malik was one who stood his ground and said that you cannot reject AI in academia. You have to adopt AI into academia. And slowly every university started listening to what Ethan Malik was saying. In fact, entire world, not just USA, entire world has been following what Ethan Malik has been telling about adopting Gen AI into the teaching pedagogy. See, that's the biggest question. Actually, how much do we allow AI into the teaching pedagogy? How much do we allow AI into the students' way of getting adopted? See, every one of us know that students are using ChatGPT to do their homeworks. Every one of us know, and that's why in Harvard homeworks are banned. Harvard has made it very clear that it doesn't want to rate machines. So it's made it very clear. So instead, everyone, right from Harvard to MIT to IITians, are very clear that they'll adopt AI. They'll allow students to use AI, but more objectively, more creatively, and to drive innovation, and to drive more idea generation, to drive more activities. And that's what has been happening in academia. In academia, we have been seeing this push. So right from Harvard to MIT, they have been very strong in adopting AI. And the next one and a half hour, the next 90 minutes, I'm going to share you what the Ivy Leagues have been doing, what IITs have been doing, what BITSPLANI has been doing in adoption of AI, and the tools that they have been using for academic research, and for even productivity, and obviously increased productivity in teaching pedagogy. How it has made them their lives much more easier, and what tools they have been allowed to use as faculty, which has made their lives much more easier. So we'll be looking at most of the tools, and if possible, we'll also be having a demo of some of the tools. If time permits, we'll be doing that. We'll also be doing a demo of those tools. Let's start the session with this small background of what's happening in the world outside. We do have a lot of these. I mean, I'll be sharing with you many of these prompts which you have for educators. We have several, I mean, uses for AI in student learning. I'll be sharing most of these uses. You can ask students to write an assignment. So what I'll do is, instead of just saying that, I mean, this is what's been the sum up, I'll go with along with the 4 to 5 universities. I'll study Cornell for you. I'll study MIT. I'll study Harvard. And I'll tell you what they are doing so that it's much more easier, what tools they are using for academic research. And we'll be going through some of those tools. So that also we'll be doing. So let me just do that. So there are several ways we can ask AI. I mean, we can ask students to use AI. We can allow students to use AI, and instead we can ask them to make more creative works, and that's what Harvard is doing, more in-house, in-class learning rather than homeworks, because homeworks, obviously, whatever you do, and unfortunate that we are, till 3.5, we had this AI, plagiarism tools. Till the ChatGPT 3.5, AI plagiarism tool could immediately identify whether it was human generated or AI generated. But since ChatGPT 4, the fourth version, GPT-4, it's impossible. And as of today, there is no tool in the market which can tell whether it has been generated by a student or an AI machine. So we don't have it in AI GPT-4. GPT-4 plagiarism tool is not available in the market. So anyone who is using GPT-4, the student can obviously still keep telling us that he has done it himself and will not be able to diagnose it, unfortunately, as educators. So that's the one reason Harvard said we are not going to rate machines. So we are going to rather allow the students to use AI and develop more activities which will help us drive more creativity. So what's the way forward? That's what we have been seeing. So these are some of the applications of ChatGPT for university teaching. I'll be sharing all this in a document. So all kinds of areas which we can use. These are the prompts which you can use in your teaching pedagogy for teaching. So these have been derived from a lot of colleges, right from MIT to Harvard. We have looked at what they have been using, the prompts and what applications they're using. We have summarized them. All together, we have put together around 100 applications. So I'll be sharing this as well. What is this annotation request? I don't know what's this annotation request. So before that, I just need to share a few things which are important for you. NVIDIA has given a call that you can apply for a university ambassador program. So I've already shared that with RVR faculty earlier as well. So if you are a faculty member, you can apply for NVIDIA's ambassador program. And this ambassador program, if you apply, if you put your name and send it across, if NVIDIA likes it, it will allow you to be a campus ambassador for that particular region. So I'll be sharing this link. You can check it up. So what is IIT doing? So IIT Madras, it's using generative AI to develop new methods for machine translation. IIT Delhi is using Gen AI to develop new methods for image recognition. IIT Bombay, who is this Aki? What is this annotation, Nagesh Garu? I'm getting this annotation request. IIT Bombay is using Gen AI to develop personalized learning experiences. IIT Kharagpur is using Gen AI to develop new methods for teaching complex concepts. So every IIT has been Sir, what is this annotation request which I'm keeping on getting? Mr. Aki, someone is keeping on sending me this request. Even if I decline, it's still coming. Another thing is GenAI Center of Excellence, and a lot of these companies are also sponsoring centers of excellence in their faculty of other colleges as well. I just wanted to share with this. A lot of colleges are sharing, are ready, a lot of companies, corporate companies, because they want to drive AI. They are sponsoring centers of excellences, like Wipro has sponsored Center of Excellence in IIT Delhi. Same thing, NVIDIA has sponsored a Center of Excellence in Thapar University. So you have these chances as faculty to go through them. So you have a chance to apply for these faculties. I mean, not just the ambassador programs, but also they are also a center of excellence, because a lot of companies, right from Google has been sponsoring center of excellence, Wipro has been sponsoring center of excellence, Microsoft has been very keen to attach with academia, and it's also keenly looking for proposals for centers of excellence. So that's one thing which I wanted to share with faculties. This is other colleges like BITS Pilani and IIT Surathkal. This is what they have been doing. Wipro, this is Wipro's Center of Excellence in IIT Delhi. Apart from this, let's look at what American universities are doing in GenAI. Harvard University. So this is what I said. Let us first start with Harvard. Unless you are interested in grading machines, you should shift the kind of assignments you are providing to students. Excuse me. Okay. So this is the kind of what we are seeing. So Harvard has kept in sandbox, and under which it's providing a lot of tools access. And I'll be sharing what Harvard has been sharing with the tools, and what tools it has been using, and what tools the other colleges have been doing. So I'll be looking at sharing some of this information with you. So these are the tools which Harvard has been allowing all its faculty to use. So it has got an OpenAI GPT for everyone. It also allows Copilot, and for image generation, it allows Adobe Firefly. So this is what Harvard does. And for other LLMs, it allows access to Amazon Q, Amazon Bedrock, SageMaker, Azure AI Studio, Copilot Studio, Google Vertex AI, and OpenAI. So this is what Harvard does. Some of these sites, some of these tools, I'll be leaving in Excel sheet, or I'll be giving you some a way of all this information. It's already there. So these are some of the top 5 Excel formula generators for websites. I'll be sharing all these links with you. And text to presentation, yes, WPS AI is good, slides.ai is good, Tome is good, simplified AI is good. I'll be showing some of them to you, how to do this text to presentation as well. So some of these, all these tools, all these links, I'll be just providing you to Mentimeter. Yes, it's an interactive AI powered presentation generator. So let me start with first what they have been allowing the diffusion models. So I'll be sharing the links. I also want you to do this so that you can take a look at it. Some of these important tools which are available. One is image generation, one is video generation, Quizlets, flashcards. So we'll be looking at some of those tools which are very important to you. Then we'll go to the research tools which are more important to you as faculty. So what are those research tools which Harvard is using? What the research tools which MIT is using? We'll be looking at all of them. So let's move on to some practicals. So I want you, all of you, to go for diffusion models. In diffusion models, there's a link here which I wanted to share. And the link is of stable diffusion. And in this chat, where do I share this? Is there a chat box here? There should be a chat box, right? Sir, can you post, Nagesh Garu, can you just post it in the chat box? If everyone can open this, stablediffusionweb.com. Am I audible? Is everyone here? Stable diffusion web. Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
you are audible.
Yes,
You are
sir.
audible. We
See,
have opened
diffusion,
it.
stable diffusion web has been formed on the stable diffusion web has been formed on the diffusion models method, and diffusion models came to us in 2015 from Stanford University. So these are very popular diffusion models, and the beauty part is the stable diffusion web is one of the biggest ones which you can use free of cost totally. And for a faculty, that's one of the biggest things, because every one of us, like Harvard, they will not get Adobe Firefly. I have seen it in several colleges, despite a lot of requests. The faculty level sponsorship of tools is not forthcoming in many colleges. So this is one tool which you can use totally free of cost. I'll also share with you other tools which you can use totally free of cost. This for excellent images, any topic, because all of these are AI tools. You can give any complex topic and ask it to draw. Draw an complex, say, circuit diagram. Say if I am an electrical engineer in electrical circuit diagram. You can just ask it to draw, and it will immediately draw it for you. So this is one tool which you can use for generating images, beautiful images. I'll show you the other one, and I'll also show you why they are able to do any kind of an images. All of them have been trained on a lot of images. Like some of these tools have been trained on more than 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs, or some of them have been trained more than 40 to 50 million as well. So those are the kind of images that have been trained on, so they do understand what kind of images you want, what kind of solutions you're looking for. They do understand, and because they are AI models, they can understand any topic you give. So it doesn't matter what complex topic you have, but it will still generate those images for you. So this is stable diffusion web. So I've given this task to them, and it's now drawing it. And these are all the examples which you have, which it has already done in the past. So this is one, and the other side for images, since we have a lot of less time, I need to cover a lot of areas, a lot of tools. So I'll just go a little bit faster. There's another one called Leonardo.ai. And Leonardo.ai, I'll tell you why. If you can, where do I put this? The chat window. You can see this. This is Leonardo.ai. Even here, just get started. Kindly log into Google, because for every one of them, it's a Google login. And the beauty of Leonardo.ai is, as I said, every model is only good as the data on which it has been trained on. Leonardo.ai has been trained on every single painting that has come into existence right from the 15th century. So you're talking about Leonardo da Vinci, you're talking about, Picasso, you're talking about Rembrandt. All these have already been done. Every single artist painting has been trained on. Every single musician's music has been trained on. So we have all these right from classical music to classical paintings. All these have already been, the machines have already been trained on all these things. So even if you go for a Raja Rai Varma in Leonardo da Vinci, you'll still get it because Leonardo.ai has been trained even on Indian classical paintings. So you can ask anything, any style you want. It will still generate an image for you in that particular style. So you go to image creation here and just give it again a prompt. So you're currently on a free plan, so obviously, so you can give a prompt here, just a prompt, again just a text. So this is what I had given earlier, a mother and a child relationship. So the same idea, what I want you to do is just give the same idea on stable diffusion. And I want you to give the same question, same prompt here on Leonardo.ai. You'll see the difference. You'll see the difference because it's an artistic image that comes out here. And there you see a mechanical image which is there on stable diffusion because it has been trained on actual paintings. And that is the kind reason if you look at the image quality, it's highly natural. And that's the reason if you want very clean paintings, very clean aesthetic images for your presentations, please go for Leonardo.ai. It's entirely free of cost. You don't need to take any subscription. So you can happily use this Leonardo.ai for image generation. So this is the first tool which I wanted to share because image generation has been one of the biggest assets for faculty. Even in Harvard, that's the reason they provide Adobe Firefly for generation of images, correction of images. So all of those tools, center image splitting, background changing, all of this you can also do on Leonardo.ai. Even here you can do that. You can do a lot of upscaling. You can change your backgrounds. You can change even some of the images, that and all you can do it here in image creation. You can also generate motion here. There's a lot of tools here. So image to motion, you can give an image and you can get some motion on any part of the image. So that's also possible here. So that's here image generation. You provide an image and it will automatically provide the motion for you. So that's again something which you can use. So I'm giving an image here. I'll show you. So if I say generate, okay, now it's not available. My free plan is over, but you might be able to do it. Just check it out. So this is one thing which is Leonardo.ai. Oh, I need to upgrade. My free plan is over, but you can do it because you just started. My tokens are over, but you can definitely look at it. So Leonardo.ai, please kindly use when you want to go for images, very high quality images. So that is Leonardo.ai. This is the one, Leonardo.ai. The other one is StableDiffusionWeb.com. See, every single day in your WhatsApp, Meta AI is providing you those images free of cost for 1 hour. You can use even in your WhatsApp every single day on your phone. You have that Meta AI every single day. You are being providing some images free of cost. Even ChatGPT for some time, it's every single day, it's providing you those images for free of cost for some time. Even Copilot is providing, even in Copilot, you can generate those images free of cost every single day. There's a limited period even where Copilot is also offering you those images. Gemini, yes, even Gemini is providing you those images, gemini.google.com. You can go to Gemini and ask for generation of images. Even Gemini will do that for you. But all of these sites use DALL-E. So for all these websites, DALL-E is the one which they use. DALL-E is the one which normally is being used by most of these LLMs. The one which I suggest Stable Diffusion, which is diffusion Leonardo.ai. The market leader obviously is Midjourney, but Midjourney is the paid version. You don't have a free version, but all these are free. You can use them for your image generation, which is one major requirement for faculty. The second major requirement for faculty is normally so once the image is over, we are done with images. The second one, what we are interested in is, so you may have this invideo.io, invideo.io. If you can just log in, I'll wait for you to log in. It's invideo.io. Invideo.io. You can log in with your Google email. I'll wait for you till you come here. Please log in. All you need to give is only a topic. By the time you, I think most of you come to RVR by bus, daily morning, once you climb the bus, just give your topic, just give your premise, and just give your detailed instructions. By the time you get down the bus, your video will be ready. So this is a beauty part of InVideo. It's an Indian company. So in InVideo, you can generate these movies, these whatever MP4s you want on any topic you want. It understands every single topic in the world. So any complex topic, any technical topic, you can still generate videos out of it. So this is one tool which you should use, invideo.io. You give a topic, and the beauty part is it gives you a topic for nearly 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes, it's totally free, and it takes only 2 to 3 minutes to generate that video. So you can give the topic here, write in detail. And one thing, if you're not clear, what you want to write, if you're not clear how much you want to write, because it's a 10-minute video. If you're not sure what to give for 10 minutes, I just please generate me a video script. Generate me a video script for designing a video in video for topic. Give the topic, say generative AI for educators. So if this is the topic, so all I have to do is just give this link and it will automatically generate me a video script. So I can also give the timing. I can just say 10 minutes. So I can happily give the timing and it will automatically do it for 10 minutes. So this is a video script. And I just take this video script. So it will give the visuals, what visuals need to be done. So entire thing is being done by InVideo and ChatGPT. So I'm not doing anything there. So you can use this. So all this you just copy paste, and still coming. So all the scenes are being generated. Scene by scene is being generated. So all you do is copy paste, still the scenes are being generated. If you know what you want, you can just happily give the prompt here and it will automatically generate the video for you. If you don't know what you want, ask ChatGPT to do it for you. And then ChatGPT will provide all the text and you use the text. I'm still doing it. So this is the closing scene. So all I need to do is to copy paste this. And even voiceover and all, one thing is you don't need to worry about voices. You can happily do all these voices automatically. Just copy this and paste it here and generate a video. That's it, all you need to do. So this is in video. And while in video is running, let me show you another tool. It's runwayml.com. This is runwayml. Again, get started. So again, log in with Google. Use Google. And here you've got so many of applications which you can use. Here you can generate video, you can generate images, you can even generate audio. Apart from this, you have a lot of other tools here. You can remove backgrounds, you can remove text to image, that is already seen, but image to image is also possible. That means you give an image, you give a prompt, it will automatically generate another image for you. So sometimes, you know, you want to make some changes in your photos or some images which you have from the past, or even you're doing some circuit design or you're doing some presentation, a complex presentation, and you want some change in that. What you do, you use this, you just use image to image, go here, you provide your image, and then you write a prompt. So here, if I look here, upload, actually there's an image here. I look at the image, pictures. Okay. There's some image here. So now, for example, there's an image here. No, I don't want some of this image. Okay, there's an image here as well. Okay, so for example, there's an image. What I want to do is just change, and you have a change prompt here. Please remove the background entirely, and change the colors. So that's all you need to do, and it will automatically do it for you. So these are, ways which you can use. You can make yourself a very good design expert in no time using AI tools. And as educators, AI has given us the biggest productivity increase in the form of more usage of multimedia. It's still working here. So let it do the work, and let's meanwhile see what it has happened. Okay, the video is getting done. So the video will take some time. So that is while the video is going on and while this image is getting converted. So let me show another option which you have as educators. This is Quizlet. This site's name is Quizlet. Quizlet.com. You can happily go here and do what you want. So you can give a topic here. So like I've already created a topic. I'll wait for you. You can log into Quizlet. You can log into Quizlet. Quizlet.com. Here you can create games, you can create flashcards, you can create checkpoints. You can create all of this automatically using Quizlet, Quizlet.com. So this is one site which we normally use when doing these classes. So Quizlet is one site which we normally use, Quizlet.com. And let me show you another site. This is in a beta version. This is Thea.study. Thea.study. This is in a beta version. So here, what you do is, what I've done is, I've taken this presentation and I've provided it to you. I'll wait. You can log in Thea.study. It's Thea.study. Where is this WebEx? Can anyone put it in the chat window? Thea.study. Yes, Thea.study. Thea.study. So what I've done, I've given this presentation which I'm showing to you, and I've asked it to make it as a study kit. Now, let me show you the beauty of this. I've given the PPT to it. So it has now outlined the topics, and it has outlined also the key terms. So the topics are very clearly. So whatever I've been talking so far, so all those topics are here. All the key terms are here. So now if I want to study, so let me show you the beauty part of it. It automatically gets converted into this. So now all these questions, it's happily here. Smart study by levels, it will provide you all these multiple choice questions. Next, study guides. So these are the study guides, AI literacy in topics, AI tools for teaching, ethical conditions, generative AI. So I've just given it the PDF, which I'm showing to you. Automatically it is doing everything here. Anki flashcards, how do we do it, assessment formats, computer vision, control system, data visualization, hallucinations, interactive learning. So it has taken my entire presentation, it has converted them into topics. So now I have just done this. Now let me show you some more things. There's a memorize section here. So in memorize section, I can create flashcards here. So this is the flashcards here. I can create the flashcards whichever I want. So there are around 46 flashcards have been created. And I can also do matchings here. And I can also do guess the terms. So I can just give in a new terms. So whatever the objective of the game is to guess the term which has been chosen by Thea. So this is the games which you can create. Another one, test. So if I want to do all this and I want to generate a test, I just need to tell it how many do I want to do. So if I say approximately 15 multiple choice questions, and I said test duration is around 10 minutes. Okay, I can enhance it. I can enhance this time limit here. And I can also set the level. Should it be easy? Should it be hard? Okay, short answers, yes. Now I can give a multiple choice or I can give a short answers. So let me give multiple choice and only 2 short answers. All I do is just create the test. All I do is just create the test. That's it. The test is ready. And it's entirely free. So if you look at it, the test is ready. Multiple choice, true or false, and we said only 2 short answers, right? 2 short answers. So this is the beauty part of it. This is in a beta version, and the time is also set here. You have got 10 minutes. You can set the whole text and provide this link to your students, and your students can take the quiz. They have to answer it here. They can't choose any chat GPT. So you can use sites like this to create an on-prompt without any planning. You can create them on the fly without any planning. You just think of it in 2 minutes. You can use a mobile to create it, or you can use your own window, the digital dashboard which you have in your classroom to create this test and immediately provide an exam for your students. So this is one way of doing it without any planning. This is Theo.study. This is in a beta version. So at this moment it's free. The other ones are costly, but this one is free. You can use this. This is Theo.study. So these are some of the tools which you have for teaching, and these are the tools which are being used by the Ivy League universities, the IITs, the BITS Pilanis. They are all using these tools. So I'll be sharing some of the tools details as well in a document with you. So you don't need to take down most of them, but I'll be sharing some of those tools for you. So these are some of those tools. Top AI generators of text to presentation. A Mentimeter is one, Slides.ai is one. Slides.ai has become paid version now, but Mentimeter, yes, it's definitely a good site. Mentimeter, let me just show you that. I'll give you all those links. So this is Mentimeter AI. You can make a presentations in seconds. All you need to give is a topic to automatically generate those topics for you. That's it. It's again free. You can happily do it. No credit cards asked. Happily do it. Just give a topic. It will convert into your PPTs automatically. So you don't need to do any things here, and you don't need to enter any credit card. Can happily do that. So Mentimeter is one which most of the universities are using. Tome is another one. Slides.ai was free earlier, but now it has become costlier. So that is one thing which you can use. Microsoft Copilot, yes, those who have got access, Copilot is automatically giving it. Beautiful.ai earlier was free. It has become costlier, so we're not recommending it. But Microsoft Copilot for PowerPoint, it's obviously doing it. You can use it if you have Microsoft Copilot. So apart from this, copy.ai, for those who want report generation, there are sites like Cascade, Simplified AI. I'll be sharing a lot of these tools. Let us see what MIT is using. So we have seen Harvard earlier. Now let me see what MIT is using. So this is what MIT is using. So MIT is using Adobe Firefly. MIT is using AWS Bedrock, SageMaker, OpenAI, Google Gemini, Google Vertex, Microsoft Copilot, Salesforce Engine, and Zoom AI Companion. So MIT is using some of these tools. So you can also have these tools like Cloudpilot, Shumata, and all these are the tools which MIT has been using. So this is, I'll be sharing some of this. This is University of Penn, obviously Ethan Malik. So Ethan Malik has been, much of advocator of AI in academia. So these are the areas which he says that we should be using AI for students. So ask that's again Cornell University. So what it is do? It allows some teaching plans. So apart from that, Cornell University, what does it use? So these are the areas which it uses GenAI for. So every university, and that's what I ask all colleges as well, you need to have a guideline, you need to have a framework in your college, whichever college you are. All these colleges have done that, all these universities have done that, IIT has done it. And that's what AICTE has also asked. AICTE has also asked you for an AI implementation plan. So you need to have a central place where you will be designing all these activities, all the tools which are needed for the college faculty. You need to prepare a list of them, and you need to provide those access to them. So those, if you cannot provide paid access, at least provide them the good tools which are useful for the research part. So this is the tools which are being used. So this is Arten and Wharton School. I'm obviously at Penn State. It's the leading there. I'll show you what Wharton is using. Most of the tools which Wharton has been using. I'll just show you those. This is Harvard. I can just take this. So this is a Harvard final toolbox, whatever they're using. So for Chat GPT and all, they use Chat GPT, they use Google Bard, they use BlockChat. And for AI assistants, they use Copilot. For code generation, they use Copilot. For image generation, they use DALI. DALI, as I told you, you can use it either through Meta AI or you can use what I've shown you now, Stable Diffusion, and you can use Copilot. All of them use DALI. Midjourney is paste, but Stable Diffusion is what I've already done, so it's publicly available. So this is what Harvard has been suggesting, and that's the reason I have been suggesting to you, because these are not tools I just picked off the fly. These are tools which have been suggested by the Ivy League universities in the world. The best universities in the world have recommended these tools, and that's the reason we have been asking you to use those tools. So these are the tools which are publicly available, which you can use. Now comes research part. So we have got only 30 minutes, and 30 minutes is where I want you to look at some of the beautiful tools which are useful for research. See, one of the biggest tools which I use almost every single day is summarize.time. I think I might be using this particular site almost 30 to 40 times every single day. Every single day I use it nearly 30 to 40 times, because let me show you why. Now, say for example, I go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. See, actually we do this AI tools for educators in an half-day session, but now we have got only 1.5 hours. So I'm trying to rush. So if please break me down. If I'm rushing too much, please break me. I'll stop. Now what I want, say for example, there's build AI agents. Now this is a video for say how many minutes. So this is a 39-minute video. Okay. This is a 39-minute video, and honestly, I don't have the patience to go through all these videos. What I do, I just copy this and I put this URL and just ask it to summarize it. So this entire 35 minutes has been summarized. Now, does a few lines allow me much? No, it doesn't allow me, obviously. So what I do, I just click on see more. But I would wait, kindly check this yourself, summarize.tech. I'll wait for you. This is one of the most powerful tools I use every single day. And as I said, I use it nearly 30 times every day. I got even paid access to it, to this particular tool. And as I said, I use nearly 30 times every single day. Because I use a lot of, I see a lot of videos in my field, and I don't have the patience to go through 1 hour or 2 hours of videos. So all I do, I just ask it to summarize it, and it happily summarizes it to me. So I cut short everything. The summary is available to me every 5 minutes. Now it's a 35-minute summary. So what I have available to me every 5-minute summary, every 5-minute summary. So that's the beauty part of it. Entire 35 minutes summary is available to me of every 5 minutes. The beauty part is now all I need to do, I just take this. If I just want it, I just take this, go to my chat GPT and ask it to convert into slides. And that's it. It will convert it into slides. So slide number 1, slide 2, number 2, slide number 3. So all I do is, instead of going through this 40-page video, I have already converted into text, and from text, I have already converted it to slides. And I happily just give it to an chat GPT, and once it does it, I'll ask it to build visuals. And after doing visuals, I'll ask it to prepare a PPT. Now just prepare a PPT for me with those slides. So it's done with the slides, it's still doing. Once it does it, just let me show you how the PPTs can be created by the chat GPT. So it's still doing. I think there are more slides. So let me, meanwhile, while it completes that, let me do something else. So done with Quizlets, you can use these Sankey flashcards and all. You can design them. So Quizlets, it's one. A lot of other tools. I'll just share them with you. It's still doing that. So let me move meanwhile to another site. Explainpaper.com. It's one beautiful site. Now comes research. The last 30 minutes, let me focus on the research tools. So these are all the research tools which really help a lot. So now let's look at some of these sites. So again, this is the fastest way to, you just upload the research paper, it will happily do it. If you get an explanation, and it will read it for you. So this is one part which you can use, explainpaper.com. This is a beautiful site which I normally use when I have to do for more technical papers. So apart from that, we have another one, Tavily.ai is one which is used by almost every Ivy League college. Tavily.ai, so that's another one. Tavily has been sold. Good. I think it has not been sold. Tavily AI. Okay, it's Tavily.com. So this is Tavily.ai. This is the beauty part of it. You can also search, use this. So apart from this, for white papers, you can use Ainblick. Ainblick allows you to generate charts. If you want to generate charts for your presentation, you go with Ainblick. It's not. Ainblick AI. Okay, this is it. Allied tools, any data problem. So this is Ainblick. You go here. Ainblick.tools, happily you can use this. This is Tavily one. Elicit.com and consensus.com are the sites which we normally provide in a lot of, weightage on when it comes to, let me show it, Elicit.ai. So Elicit.ai, this is what we normally recommend for researchers. So because most of those standard Ivy League universities, they use them for research. So this is what we normally suggest. You go for elicit.com or you go with, and mostly the reason why we suggest elicit.com or consensus.org or skype.ai. So another one, when you go with, why we don't ask you to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't provide you any references, but you need references, right? For any topic which you want to research, you need references. And that's the reason you just give any topic here, say generative AI. Say generative AI here. Sign up with Google. Oh, even they have made it. They've also removed the free version. Sky.ai was good. So I think you can use Elicit because Kite has become paid again. Most of these tools, they started free of cost. Now they have become costlier. So Elicit.ai is one tool which I normally use. So this is one thing which you can use. So the most important thing what has happened since AI has come, all these days, all the companies use it to look at these PDFs or all the data which they had, these invoices, PDFs. It was just data to them. And all the databases that could do is to just look at those databases, answer some queries, just like algorithms will use some queries by the fields. That's what it would store. But we never had a way of storing knowledge. And that was the beauty part which self-attention mechanism gave to us via the transformers model. So transformers model is what allowed us to do all this research. So for those, I've gotten a request saying charts. Yeah, I'll show you how to create those charts and all. I'll show you. So transformers model allowed us to look at these PDF files which we have as data assets. And let me show you one. Now, for example, all I do, I'll just upload a PDF. I look for some PDF here. So this is data sheet syllabus. No, I want something better. Okay, so this is English PMA, fine. What I want now is to generate. So this is a knowledge asset for me. Kindly understand so that this is a knowledge asset for me. Where is this English TMA? It has gone somewhere. So now this is a knowledge asset for me. What I do is there's an unknown error. I don't know why. Okay, let's look at some other file. Okay, so this file is here. Now assume that you have a textbook. You have a textbook which is around 300 pages book. All you need to do is give this file here, generate study plans for me for chapter 1. Then activities for students from chapter 1. Then quizzes and multiple choice and problem solving situations for chapter 1. Prepare flashcards for me for chapter 1. Chapter 1. Now I need graphs and visualizations. Give me at least 4 different visualizations out of data which is present in chapter 1. So this is all I do because these AI tools have the capability to analyze this PDF. It will convert everything because for it, it's a knowledge asset. So it will automatically convert and execute all these tasks. And let me just click hit. And while it does it, let me go to some other site. While it completes that, let me look at some other site. So this was explain paper. So for literature reviews, as I said, there are search engines like Illicit and Litmaps, and all this comes in my document which I provide to you. So you can take a look at that. Apart from that, SkyHub, obviously for academic research, we normally suggest this SkyHub. Again, this list is there with you. Now someone asked how to write research paper. So now for writing research papers, this is what most of the people do. So they use Hypernotes for note taking, Papercall for improving language, and Canva for creating scientific diagrams. So this is what some of the researchers in Harvard do. So they also use tools like Matplotlib. They also use Vio, Mendeley, Jotero, and Paperpal for creating charts and graphs. So that is one. And for research, we also use Perplexity. Many of the people use perplexity.ai. So that's again one common tool which we use. 6 AI tools which you actually use for research. So normally which we use for research, ChatGPT plus, SiteAssist, yes. TeachEasy.ai, the second one. Notion AI, yes, we use that also. TeachEasy.ai is another one which we use. If you want to create quizzes, Magic Slides is one, magicform.app is one. So the beauty part of magicform.app is all you do is just give an YouTube URL, and from that YouTube URL, it will automatically create the PowerPoint presentation. It will create your flashcards. It will create your quiz book only from an YouTube URL. So you can do that. So that's the beauty part of it. And again, now this is one thing which I have showed. I also need to show you text to images. We're still doing visualizations, flashcards, quizzes, activities, study plans. We're still doing. Okay, so it has done all this. So it has done visualizations for chapter 1. It has not given me the diagram. So what I've just said, generate those diagrams, generate those visualizations. So it will generate. Meanwhile, let's look at the other ones. See, okay, there's a text to image. I'm not text to sound. So 11 Labs is a market leader from text to voice. You can get any text to speech here. You can get up till 3000 lines. So happily you can use text to voice. The free version is 500, but once you log in with your email, you can get around 3000 words here. You can get all kinds of languages. You can get English, Spanish, nearly around you got 175 languages out there. So you can use it. So we normally use it when we want to design our presentations and we want very good professional voices. That's when we use text to speech. There's an option to even clone. This is again the paid version. Once you provide your voice, your own voice for only 2.5 minutes, the rest of the time only you need to generate your text. It will do your voice cloning. So there's a voice cloning which you can do. You can try your own as well. So this is what you can use, but it's a paid feature. So once you use your clone your voice, and in Hagen, there's another site called Hagen. You can also clone your face. That means you need to give around 2.5 minutes of your video. And for the rest of your life, all you need to do is just provide it text. It will keep on generating the video for you for the rest of your life. So this is what we also recommend to faculty. We have done this in several colleges where we have gone. So we show how to do those Hagen cloning. So once you do the cloning part, it becomes very easy for you to provide access. I mean, your own videos, you teaching those videos with text that has been generated from ChatGPT. Any complex subject, you show it on the screen, and using your Blackboard, you can happily do that productivity increase by using the Blackboard for actual problems. So you can use multimedia for those part for enhancing your productivity, and you can use the Blackboard for generating problem solving situations. So these are some of the tools which have been using for the Ivy League colleges. So these are the tools which they use. Anki flashcards, someone was asking. Yes, Anki flashcards are very powerful, and we use many times those Anki flashcards. So again, AnkiWeb.net, it provides you free prompts for flashcard generation. Even this one I'll just share with you. So some of these tools, so apart from this, as I said, the 6 best AI tools that everyone uses: Published AI, Quillbot, Canva, Grammarly. Additional tools, Tavily and Consensus. Consensus, Elicit, Tavily AI, Perplexed AI. These are the perennial AI research tools which everyone uses, so you can use them. So this was what I was saying, Consensus app. So apart from that, some of these, so I'll share you some of these two tools. These are for students, and these are for faculties. So this in sum is my conclusion of the tools which are used by faculties. It's a lengthier one. I tried to cover what I could do in the last, in 90 minutes. So normally we go through all those tools in detail. So we explain a lot of those tools. Like this is the 11 Labs. And the other one which I said was Hagen. Hagen, you do voice cloning. So you do voice cloning here, you have your own avatars, so you can do the voice cloning. So this is the beauty part of it. So I'm done with my presentation. I'm open to questions. If you have any questions on any tools which you feel which will increase your productivity, so I can answer those questions. See, the beauty part is you cannot stop change. That's what I wanted to say. You cannot stop change. So for us, the only option is to adopt the change, adopt the productivity that AI is providing to us, and be ahead of our students. So if we are very strong, in these tools, I'm not audible. Hello? Am I audible now?
You are.
Sir.
Yes, sir. See,
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. See, for us, the biggest thing is we need to be ahead of our students because our students are smarter. We need to be ahead of our students. See, when I go to colleges, some of the smart kids, they are putting a smartphone in front of them, and whatever topic I ask, if the definition of that, they are checking the definition with their chat GPT. I'm facing that where some of the smart kids who sit in the front benches, they're using their first smartphones to check the definition which I'm providing on the screen with their chat GPT definition. If their chat GPT definition is not matching what I'm asking, they're asking me directly. So some of the smart kids who want to show that they're very smart are also using it. So we need to be ahead of them. So obviously we need to be using more of these tools, and we need to be knowing more of these tools than the students. So then we'll make our the teaching part very less and interactive part more. And that's what AICTE has been advocating as well. AICTE has also been telling us the same, that the teaching time has to go down, the research time has to go up, and that can happen only when faculty starts adopting the AI tools, which which they have been suggesting across the board. And even AICTE has been providing that information across through those ATAL programs. And in UP, we have been conducting it through HCL. We have conducted these faculty development programs in through HCL to all colleges. In AP and Telangana, still it's under process. No company has been selected still to do that. So that's the reason most of these training sessions are being done through ATAL FDP. ATAL is one of the reason, and another one is the AICTE Academy at REC Warangal. It has also been sponsoring a lot of sessions. So if your college is interested, you can even check with REC Warangal. They'll also come and do these FDP sessions. So for your faculty to get improved on more advanced topics as well, if you want. So those I'm open to questions. If anyone can ask me questions, I'll be happy to answer.
I have two questions, sir. One is, out of these many tools, how we can figure out a particular AI tool for our purpose. As you already know, like many different set of tools are there for drawing, many different set of tools are there for doing different set of tasks. Among all these, how can we figure out one particular tool as it is good for us?
Yes, I've already ranked them, ma'am, in the document which I'll be providing with you. I'll be ranking them. So you use only the top 3 tools, ma'am. The rest of them are for information. But I've mentioned to you only the top tools. Like for image generation, I've mentioned you only 3. Stable diffusion, and I've mentioned you Leonardo.ai, and I've also shown you what Harvard is using. So what I have
apart from your input, can't we distinguish this is the good tool just by seeing that tool or just by visiting it? Can't we distinguish ourselves? It is good for usage likewise.
Yes, ma'am. If you go to say elicit.org, it will provide you also the references. So references are the one which is most important for us in research. Elicit.org provides us references, Consensus provides us with references, Perplexity provides us references. The other tools don't provide references. So if you talk about pure research tools, these are some tools which we normally do. And apart from this, there are beautiful tools within ChatGPT as well. Just let me show you. There are a lot of tools inside ChatGPT. If you don't want to go through all these tools, so a beautiful question which you asked, ma'am. You don't want to go through all these tools. I would just suggest go to this ChatGPT and go to Explore GPTs. So you don't need to go to any tools and just say research and analysis tools. You have all these tools, ma'am. Consensus, which I spoke to you. Video summarizer, which I have just showed you. Scholar AI in education. Video summarizer, and you can also have the GPTs on your own discipline. Say if I say only electrical engineering, I have separate GPTs. Yep. And if I say electronics engineering, I have separate GPTs. Same thing if I say mechanical engineering, I'll get those tools. So there are a lot of these tools, ma'am. You don't need to go to 100 sites. Happily go only with ChatGPT. All the tools which I have shown you now, you have those GPT versions inside ChatGPT. So you don't need to go anywhere. I mean, all the tools which I have showed you, because I just wanted to show the best tools which are out there, but all of those tools are also available through ChatGPT. You can only go through ChatGPT and all these tools are available to you. So you just need to tell what.
Sir. Sir, sorry to disturb you. As the time is very limited, I'm just focusing much. Sir, second question is, as you are the prompt engineer, can we have any tips from your side how best we can go with this prompting?
Prompt engineering, ma'am, the best part is to complete the prompt engineering course. There's not much. There are only some 15 top ways, patterns, and 15 techniques. So I would suggest to spend a day or two and learn those tools. And once you do that, you don't need to do it again in life, ma'am. You will know how to write a prompt automatically. So there are some rules to write prompts. There are some patterns in which we need to use those patterns to elicit more information and from these LLMs or SLMs. So we need to understand prompt engineering. And when we say it's engineering, we have already made it a discipline. So we need to study that discipline. And I don't need you to study for years, only once for full day. Spend time on just the top 10 patterns and top 10 techniques, and you will be becoming a very good prompt engineer, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Are there any free certifications which the faculty can do for their academia purpose?
Yes, sir. For prompt engineering, you can do IBM's prompt engineering certification, and you will do it on their servers so that you can happily do it. At this moment, it's still free. Many of those tools have become costlier, but IBM prompt engineering certification is still free. You also have for the basic GenAI, you still have got Microsoft's and LinkedIn GenAI fundamentals. I'll just show this Microsoft, and sir, you can share this Microsoft LinkedIn GenAI fundamentals. This is free of cost, and this is the certification which the IT industry has made it mandatory for entire IT industry. Nearly 35 lakh people have already done this. So you can also do this. This course is free. It's GenAI fundamentals, not Microsoft's fundamentals. GenAI fundamentals LinkedIn. So this is the one, Career Essentials in Gen AI. It's free of cost. You can do this. You just need to do this one. And you need to see all the videos, but then it will ask you those questions. Once you clear the questions, then automatically you can get this certification in your name. So this is one thing which is free. IBM certification is free. So any other questions?
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, actually, all these apps looks like they're all paid, sir. Is there any free apps available for educators? Because we are having college email IDs, sir. So can we log in through college email ID and use these apps for free?
Sir, all the tools which I have showed you are free of cost, sir. Only Beautiful.ai, I'm not recommending that. Beautiful.ai is paid. Skype.ai has become paid, but the rest of the tools are free of cost.
Mostly they are having limited, they are allowing us for limited features, sir. Basic features.
Yeah, limited, obviously, yes, sir. And for that, every college, and that's what Harvard has done, that's what MIT has done. Every college has to provide some of these tools free of cost to their faculty. So that is only way. Like if you look at Harvard has provided access to Adobe Firefly. So all those unlimited features you can automatically get through Adobe Firefly. And for coding, it has provided Copilot. So
Okay.
for not just for
Microsoft
coding, for data analysis, image generation. So what I suggest as a college, I've asked all the colleges to invest. One is in ChatGPT 4 version for all faculty, or at least one for start with one for per department. At least provide it to the HODs in every department so that the faculty can use it. ChatGPT 4 and Adobe Firefly is what I have been recommending to every college I go, sir. So even in your college, which college you are, sir?
I'm from Rise Engineering College, Ongol, sir, actually, here in Andhra Pradesh.
For Rice Engineering College, yes. So you can ask sir to provide you access at an college level. See, one thing, sir, every college has been asked to present an AI implementation plan. And one of the key things which we have asked, I mean, when I say we, I'm talking about AICTC. We have very clearly asked, what are you going to do to enable and empower your faculty? And empowering faculty is providing access to them with these tools. So that is one thing which AICT has made it very clear. You need to take subscription to some of these AI tools for the faculty, because faculty cannot keep on doing these free tools. No, sir. They also need to have access to standard tools. So that is the reason why we have been suggesting everywhere and I think we came to PACE, sir. I have not come to RISE, but I came to PACE.
Sir. Just beside my college. Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. So I came there once, but for a very brief period. So, sir, yes, we'll be coming back again with the same recommendations, but this is what we have been suggesting. Every faculty needs to have access to paid tools, whether it may be ChatGPT or Copilot, and an image generation tool. So like Harvard is suggesting Adobe Firefly. See, if you look at this particular slide, sir, Harvard is not suggesting 100 tools. It's only suggesting 3 tools. The rest of the tools, it's saying you can use it when you want. But these are mandatory tools which are definitely needed by every faculty. Faculty's production needs to be increased. See, when I said research tools, one madam asked me which is the best tool. So if someone asks me what's the best tool, I obviously say go with ChatGPT alone, because inside ChatGPT, I'm already having all these GPTs, sir. I don't need to go to consensus website. I don't, because all those are paid websites. I don't need to go everywhere. ChatGPT has all those websites already inside it. So I don't need to pay anyone here any extra rupees to use consensus. I don't need to pay for Scholar GPT. So ChatGPT already has all these things for me. So that's what I suggest. Every faculty needs to have access to at least one of these tools, either ChatGPT or Copilot, that's mandatorily, and an image generation tool. An image generation tool, Adobe Firefly or any other one. Because even Copilot has got image generation, even ChatGPT has got image generation, but we want something better, sir, for image generation, because that's the reason we ask. So that is, I think I've crossed my time limit.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions from participants? Any other questions?
Sir. Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Sir, can I see this chat window, sir? I'm not able to see the chat window. Sir, how do I see the chat window?
Sir, click on that three dots and you will get that chat window, sir. Chat with everyone. Three dots are there.
Anti-corruption bureau. Tell me, sir. కంగారు పడాల్సింది ఏం లేదు. మన దిల్సుఖ్ నగర్ లో ఒక 14 అంతస్తుల బిల్డింగ్ కూలిపోయింది. మీ తప్పే ఉండదు.
We are on the mobile, sir. Mobile, it is having three dots. So we click on that three dots, horizontal three dots, and then we will see chat with everyone, change audio connection, all those options, sir.
As someone said, Harvard is in a different league. No, sir. Every college is providing it. Sir, I go to several colleges across AP and Telangana. So far, I've covered 100 colleges. Many colleges have already provided it for their HODs. That has already been done. Even in RVR, Nagesh sir knows that a proposal has already been put up to provide it to the HODs. Even for SRKR, that was the same proposal. So we have started already, sir, in all colleges. We have started by providing access, paid access to these tools for HODs, sir. And even in Hyderabad, all colleges, I go to Bhopal, I go to CBIT, I go to Vignan Jyoti, I go to ITAM, I go to Watson, I go to IIT Hyderabad as well, sir. Everywhere the access has already been provided, sir. Paid access is already been provided. Not en masse, but everyone has started with HOD, sir. And HOD email is being used by everyone. Ramki sir, even you can ask your HOD sir to take ChatGPT. It's only 2,000 rupees, sir.
అక్కడ ఏ అప్డేట్స్ నాకు వచ్చేస్తా మీకు డౌట్స్ నా సరే అక్కడ అంతేగాని గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ గుడ్ నైట్ కూల్ జాబ్లు డచ్ నైట్లు టిక్ టాక్లు దేవుని ఫోటోలు పంపించి ఇది 10 మందికి పంపించిపోతే పాపం కొని అని చెత్త మెసేజ్ పంపించారు. మన ఫోకస్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా బెంచ్ మీదే ఉంది.
Now I request someone to propose vote of thanks.
On behalf of all the participants, I take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed resource person, Uma Desu, for delivering such an enlightening and insightful session on generative AI tools for academia and research. Your insights into the applications of generative AI in academia and research were truly enlightening. The practical examples and tools you shared have given us a clear perspective on how to leverage these technologies in our teaching and research. Your expertise and ability to make complex topics easy to understand have left a lasting impact on all of us. We are inspired by the potential of generative AI and the opportunity it brings for innovation in education and research. We also appreciate your time, effort, and dedication in preparing and delivering such a valuable session. It has truly a great learning experience for everyone. On behalf of all the participants, I thank you once again for sharing your time, expertise, and experience with us. We are grateful for your valuable contribution to this faculty development program. Thank you so much, sir. And we hope to have the opportunity to learn from you again in the future. Thank you, sir. And I request all the participants to turn on their videos for taking a screenshot. I request all the participants to turn on their video for taking a screenshot. Once again, I request all the participants to turn on their video for taking a screenshot. Okay, thank you for all participants. Every day the session will start at 6 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. Attendance will be recorded for every session and the attendance link will be